Dear all, in the menu it says assorted Turkish dessert plate. So this is our assorted Turkish dessert plate. We have wonderful speakers from not only from around Turkey but also from around the world. It's really a pity that the election calendar worked out very strangely, and now we have all the current members of the Turkish Parliament swearing in Ankara, so you will have to make do with us. Now we have 30 minutes, and we have six very able speakers, which means 5 minutes per person. Professor Durham told me that if you speak less, there is a bonus. So we appreciate it if you could keep it down to 4 minutes, actually. But let me say a few words before I introduce our very able speakers. I'm a former academic who then served in the Turkish Parliament, who then wisely made the decision to go back to academia. I've been one of the founders of the International Panel of Parliamentarians for Freedom of Religion or Belief, IPP-FORB. We are also known as the group with the different acronym. We are very difficult to keep in mind, but IPP-FORB, which was established in November 2014, I think turned into really a very exciting, inspiring movement, and we have several colleagues who will share their experience with the group. We then have also 2 Turkish politicians from both the center-left and center-right of the Turkish political spectrum, and we have a senator all the way from Uruguay. So I hope this will give us an overview of some of the challenges and prospects of bringing religious freedoms together with policy issues. And my 2 cents on this would be, and I'm very time conscious, would be this. I would simply like to have a call for sincerity in our engagement. And what I mean by that is, since we're all committed to religious freedoms, tolerance, embrace of difference and diversity, my call would be to make sure that we don't allow any double standards in our communication. What I mean by that is this. In international platforms, we all reaffirm our commitment to these universal values. But then, we also tend to make exceptions for some of our counterparts in the policy field. That is, we say that they come from a different cultural context, and there can be certain exceptions to these universal rights. That is, we often appease wrongdoers. We often appease intolerant politicians. We often appease authoritarian-leaning public figures. And we do it through what I consider a mistaken understanding of cultural relativity. That is, we cut them some slack. Whereas my call here is that this is not respect for diversity. If you're allowing people double standards, if you're not calling on your colleagues on their wrongdoings when it comes to religious freedoms, this really is not respect. Actually, you're seeing them as lesser than you are. That is, I think it is well-meaning, unintentional disrespect. So my call to you, our dear guests from around the world, is to please judge every single politician, every single policymaker, every single public figure with the same yardstick of universal human values, with the same kind of standards, universal standards. Otherwise, if we cut politicians from other parts of the world, from difficult parts of the world, if we continue to cut them slack, actually, this takes us further away from a world where we can all live peacefully, coexist together. So this is my 2 cents worth of advice. Let's do engage in sincerity. Let's do engage without double standards. And let's hold each other to full accountability if we really mean that all human beings are equal and they all have dignity and they all have fundamental rights and freedoms. Okay, let's start with our guest who flew the farthest all the way from Uruguay. Senator Carmen Asian Pereira, who is also the president of the Latin American Consortium for Freedom of Religion or Belief. Thank you very much. Ola, welcome to Istanbul.